All right, we should be live. Let me know by giving me a 5x5 and then we'll get started. A lot of you have known me to just start talking and people are like, hey man, we can't hear you. What are you talking about? Are you that dense, Brian, that you can't get things set up properly? If you give me a 5x5, we'll go ahead and get started. I don't want to waste anybody's time. This should be fairly
we should
quick.
be live.
Let me know
wait,
by
what's
giving
going
me a
on?
5x5 and then we'll get
Got
started.
reverb.
Got reverb.
Can you get a little reverb with that? Of course you can get reverb with that. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you be able to get reverb?
Let's see, what do we got here? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. 5x5, we are live. Dark Hotto, Tasman, Pigs Under Pressure. Scott, Tasman, Gideon Curtis, Concerned Citizen. Now I noticed that Surreal camera is live right now. I did not intend for that to happen. I didn't realize that he was live until after I already set up and scheduled my live stream. So not trying to take anything away from anybody. Very happy to find out and learn today that Surreal camera got the control of his YouTube channel back. Apparently somebody had gone in the back end of his YouTube channel, reconfigured his password, and he was locked out of it, but he got it back today. I'm super happy for him because I know exactly what it feels like to get your YouTube channel taken down. If you guys do send a super chat, I will deal with that at the end of the stream. I'm not forgetting about anybody here, but I want to jump right into this because one of the things that is kind of par for the course with human nature is familiarity breeds contempt. And we don't ever want to be so familiar with the Fourth Amendment that we treat it as contemptible. One of the most powerful things that you have in your corner as far as human rights is anonymity. Even more powerful, it could be argued, than the right of self-defense. Because in a sense, the Fourth Amendment right to not, the Fifth Amendment, not the right not to incriminate yourself, and the Fourth Amendment right to be secure in your person is gold. It's platinum. It's titanium. If you give that up, you've pretty much given up everything. Think about it. If you can be anonymous from the view of the government, you have a great power in your hand and you cannot give that up. So when I see ID refusals, and we'll go over the Fourth Amendment here as a refresher, and I know you guys know it, and I'm not talking down to anybody. Matter of fact, when I do these videos, I'm doing it just as much for me as I am for anybody who might be listening in the audience. The Fourth Amendment, the right of the people. This is your birthright. And anybody who would try to separate you from your birthright is your enemy. When they try to separate you from something that is inherent to who you are, they are your enemy, even if they're being nice about it. You don't cut the thief any slack because he nicely stole your wallet. Well, what a gentleman he was. You're not going to talk about his etiquette or his hair was combed so perfectly. His speech was stellar. He articulated his demands so well. No, you're going to be like, the damn guy stole my wallet. I don't care how articulate he is. I don't care how nice he was. I don't care how pleasant or polite. The guy ripped me off. We should never let our guard down around badged tyrants who are drunk on their own power. Never let your guard down and never give an inch. Does that mean you shouldn't be polite? I think it's diplomatic. I think it's wise to be polite with somebody who has the potential to not only trip on their own power and get drunk on their own authority, but somebody who's got the power to back it up and pull the trigger on you for no freaking reason. I mean, you and I want to go home safely at night so we can provide for our families, so we can put that roof over their head, so we can put food in their belly, so that we can keep clothes on their back. We don't want to go to prison. And that's why I appreciate First and Second Amendment auditors who put themselves on the front line and, basically put their lives on the line. Because you're literally going into the den of lions when you start wrecking, you're basically a wrecking ball in the eyes of the law enforcer. So the Fourth Amendment reads, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects. I like what Benjamin Franklin said. Those who give away a little essential liberty to obtain, and I'm just going to add politically promised security, deserve neither liberty nor security. The government will come to you and promise you security. They won't deliver on it, but they promise. that they'll give it to you. And so agents of the state, law enforcers come to you promising you security. Well, they come to you with the metaphorical crowbar to pry you away from your security. Hey, can I see your ID? And they're so slick about it. They're so slimy and so snaky. Don't give it up. Don't give it up. Well, let me ask you a question, officer. How is what you just asked me consistent with your oath to uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States? In this case, the Fourth Amendment, my right to be secure in my person, my right to anonymity, my birthright. It's mine, and you're trying to crowbar that away from me. It should really piss us off, because what this is they're trying to look for a door to economically terrorize you. We want to give you a citation. If they give you a $1 fine, if they give you a 5-cent fine, they've literally taken from you something you don't want taken from you. And I'm going to go over the fine that I'm talking about here in a second when we go over this video. But the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures. It's unreasonable for a man to come up to another man and say, hey, can I get your ID? It's got the implied threat of force all over it. The guy comes with a state-funded utility belt and a government-issued sidearm. He's coming with the implied threat of force. Almost as if to say, if you don't give me your ID, and some of them actually go this far, if you don't give me your ID, looks like you're going to see the inside of some, gray prison walls and a stainless steel toilet. And we may or may not feed you in the 24 hours that we incarcerate you. Against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. It sounds like the Second Amendment shall not be infringed. Shall not be violated. Well, what did the law enforcer just do when he came up to you saying, give me your ID? Hey, do you have your ID? And they don't even, it's not like, sometimes they don't even say, hey, give me your ID. They just say, you wouldn't mind giving me your ID, would you? And then what do most people do? Because they've been indoctrinated by the 15,000 hour government fool indoctrination program. They're like, oh yes, officer, I will comply. Here, let me just give, oh my God, oh my God. And they start freaking out. It's like, I've got to submit. I got to comply. And they didn't even direct you to do it. They just asked you if you would. They want you to just go ahead and give it up. Give up your birthright. Sell your pot of stew, Esau, to the cunning and deceptive Jacob. Shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue. This is to the judge. You ain't even going to issue a warrant, judge, but upon probable cause, in addition to the probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched or the persons or things to be seized. It's got to be super specific. There's got to be an oath or affirmation. Oh yeah, who are my accusers? What crime am I supposed to have committed? What right do you have to ask me to give you my ID? To make myself, officer, do you realize that you're attempting to make me insecure in my persons, houses, papers, and effects? I can't even express how important this right is. And I can't even express the importance of how dastardly it is for a law enforcement agent to ask you to ask you or direct you to do that, to give up your ID. When you give up your ID and they put it in their computer system, they actually log a record. And now in the eyes of the state, whether you were innocent or not, there's a record of you. Now hey, he's got a police record. Whether a crime was committed or not, there's a police record. This guy's got you now have a rap sheet in your name. That's how dangerous it is. It doesn't matter about innocence or guilt. There's a rap sheet. There's a record. There's a police record. You had an encounter with a badged agent of the state. And you know how they're going to look at that. So let's go over this right here. This video right here comes from this one right here comes from Innocent Auditor. Now, Innocent Auditor uploads this YouTube, but I want to go with Innocent Auditor's video of, I think it's called Standing Tall. Yeah, Standing Tall 710. So what I'll do is when this video gets done rendering, because we're live right now, when this video gets done rendering, I'll give you the links to Standing Tall 710 and to the Innocent Auditor. I've already subscribed to both of them. I've hit the bell notification icon, and I suggest you guys do the same. But I wanted to key in on Innocent Auditor here because of what he says before and after playing Standing Tall's video. Check this out.
Hey guys, I'm going to show you a little video of a friend of mine, Standing Tall 710. He was up in Park City last night doing some cop watching, and a cop comes up and asks for his ID, and obviously he didn't give it. Well, I was just convicted yesterday of failure to ID in Payson, Utah. So,
isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Being convicted for attempting to secure your natural inherent birthright of being secure in your person's houses, papers, and effects. Convicted for that. He's convicted by trying to maintain his Fourth Amendment right to be secure. Convicted. It's infuriating, man. That's why I wanted to do this video.
Here's the short clip of him last night. Check his channel out. Awesome, dude.
Howdy.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not bad.
I just stopping to check on you to see if everything is all right.
That's some of the most dangerous words you could ever hear coming out of the mouth of a badged law enforcer drunk on their own power. Just checking on you. Just want to make sure you're all right. Now, my goal is to stand here and tell you that I care about your safety and your security. Don't let your guard down for a second. I'm not saying when I say that, I'm not saying be mean to the badged law enforcer. I'm not saying trample over his ego because that's a dangerous thing to do. But I am saying, hey, hold on and maintain your rights and do not let your guard down because these people are trained in the tactic of specializing in having the people they interact with let their guard down. Always remember that. And the nicer they are, the more your guard should be up. It should be like Force Field's 10. Force Field's 11, man. We're going off the charts on this.
Everything's fine.
Cool.
How you doing?
Good.
Cool. Can I get your name and badge number for the record?
Sure. Deputy Norton. My badge number is 1K75.
1K75. Cool.
Yeah. I was just checking on you. Somebody drove by and said that they had seen you walking around and was concerned, and so I was just making sure everything was all right.
Yeah, I watched him go.
Remember the word just. I'm just checking on you. I just want to make sure you're okay. I'm just stopping by for a welfare check. Just. That's all it is. It's just that. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Go by and come back, by and come back, by.
Yeah. I told him, has he done anything? No, he just looks like he gets nervous when people are looking at him. I said, oh, not much I can do about that, but I can grab by and talk to him. So.
No, I ain't got nothing to be nervous about. I'm actually out here watching you.
Okay.
I've been watching you for the last 30 minutes or so.
Yeah. Me sitting in the parking lot trying to figure out how to change my password on my computer.
Oh, is that what you're doing? Yeah, I couldn't figure it out. I seen you had somebody stopped, and I jumped out. Yeah, I wasn't sure what was going on. By the time I got to you, you'd already released them, so I was just watching, see what was going on, you know.
Cool. You live around here?
Yes and no.
Okay, what does that mean? Traveling through, or?
Yeah. Oh man, I know this is good. Yeah. By the way, you live around here? Oh, drilling down now, are we, officer? Really trying to press in there for my safety and security. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that your bus?
No.
Okay.
No, I wish that was my bus.
Where you
I like
staying?
that bus. I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay. That's cool. Do you mind if I see your ID just so I can
I do mind.
talk to you?
Now let me show you. Let me show the sign language for ID. Mind if I see your? They always do this right here. Listen.
I see your ID. Just
there it is right there. That is a bad sign coming off that's a bad hand sign coming off of what potentially could be a thin blue line Masonic order of police law enforcer. Hey, you don't mind if I see your ID? Can I see your ID? Listen to how he says it. And it's almost always the same.
That's cool. Do you mind if I see your ID just so I can
I do mind.
Do you mind if I see your ID? He really wants to see your ID. But he'd rather you just relinquish your ID with just the asking. No directive here. It's all Weasley.
Do you suspect me of committing a crime?
No, but you were reported as a suspicious person, and so I was just coming to talk to you.
Okay.
I like what some auditors out there do. Now, suspicious behavior, is that a crime? Is that a felony or is that a misdemeanor? I like that line of questioning.
Who I spoke with.
You can put down good citizen.
Well, that's not the way it works.
That is how it works. You suspect me of committing a crime?
I don't have to suspect you. I just need a document.
Do you suspect me of committing a crime? Okay, according to the Utah state law.
Did you hear the lie? I don't have to suspect you of committing a crime. The implication is I don't have to suspect you of committing a crime to ask you for your ID. Oh, okay. All right. Got it. Yeah. Well, technically you're right. You don't have to suspect somebody of committing a crime to ask for the ID. But if you're going to give a directive to have somebody relinquish their ID, you definitely have to suspect that a crime was committed.
Committing a crime? Okay, according to the Utah state law, I am only required to identify if you suspect me of committing a crime, suspect I am in the commission of a crime, or catch me in the actual commission of a crime.
Okay, that's fine. It was just generally our policy when we talk to somebody to identify them and document.
And I understand that. You can put down good citizen.
It's not a big deal. Okay. How would you like me to address you the next?
It's not a big deal. That's why I keep asking. That's why I keep hounding. That's why I'm not letting it drop. Because it's not a big deal. Obviously, it's a big enough deal to keep asking this guy for a question. Hopefully, I'll wear him down. If I ask him enough, if I get on his nerves enough, maybe he'll just relinquish his ID.
Next time I see you.
Good citizen.
Good citizen. Okay, that's cool.
You can call me Standing Tall. Name's right.
Yeah, I don't really like that, though, stop an ID. Can you tell me what law I'm breaking? I'd rather say, what crime am I committing? Because law that I'm breaking, you could actually be breaking a law but not committing a crime. There are a lot of laws out there that declare that what you just did was illegal, but it has nothing to do with criminal activity. Remember, if there is no victim, there can be no crime, and that makes that law illegitimate. So it's more putting it on them to ask them, what crime have I committed? Who have I hurt? Who have I threatened? What property have I stolen? What property have I damaged? Articulate the crime that you suspect that I have committed. Because this law stuff, I mean, seriously, politicians are so parasitic and they're so wormy and they're so snaky and deceptive that they will actually create a law turning you into a criminal magically with the legislative pixie dust and the magic wand of the gavel in the legislature, whatever state you're in. So it's got to move beyond what law. In other words, what opinion of a politician have I broken? Well, you're probably standing there breaking 20 laws that they could articulate right now. But have you committed a crime and doing what a politician told you not to do, or not doing what a politician told you to do? You know what I mean? I'm not getting on to you for saying that. I'm just saying, we need to really think about what's going on here. We need to think about the concept of legality versus illegality. Things that are legal don't necessarily mean moral. And we've talked about this before. It is perfectly legal to end the life of a child in a mother's womb, the safest place that should be in the world. It's legal to end that life. That's perfectly legal, but absolutely immoral. And there are things that are illegal that are not immoral. It's perfectly moral to pull a plant out of a field somewhere from the ground, dry it out, roll it up, and breathe it into your lungs. That's perfectly, it's neither moral nor immoral. But for some reason, under the drug law from 1971, Nixon, we've declared drug addiction public enemy. We've declared public reduction. So they didn't criminalize drugs. They criminalized somebody who would have a particular plant in their possession. Did the person who has that plant in their possession harm somebody, threaten to harm somebody, steal somebody's property, damage somebody's property without offering to pay for it? Nope. Well, then no crime was committed. Be gone, politicians. If we just think about things, think about our terminology and how we use stuff, we can have great power. Knowledge is power, and they don't want you to have the knowledge. They don't want you to walk in the knowledge. That's why I appreciate these people. I appreciate Innocent Auditor and this guy over here at Standing Tall 710. I appreciate what they're doing. I appreciate this guy standing for his rights, because when he stands for his rights, he's also standing for your rights. He's standing for my rights. He's pushing back the darkness of totalitarianism by saying, no, you ain't getting my ID. This is my line and you can't cross it. Let's talk human to human, officer. Mr. whatever your name is, Mr. Norton. Hey, it's Norton. Hey, Frankie, it's Norton. Norton's coming up to me. Oh, what's up, Mr. Norton? You're not even an officer. You're Mr. Norton. Mr. Norton? Hi, I'm Mr. Public. I don't even like, I'm not trying to parse words and be semantical about this, but I don't like good citizen either. Citizen means, that's almost admitting I am a slave to the corporate entity, to the corporate fiction, to the corporate machine. No, you're not a citizen. You're not a denizen of the city. When that city is gone, you're still going to be a human being. Before that city was here, we were still human beings. You're a human being. Now I want to talk to you as a human being. I'm not talking to you as a citizen. I'm not addressing you as an officer. You're a human being. Take your mind outside of that uniform and let's just talk man to man. Why does a man want another man who's done absolutely nothing wrong? Why do you want me to identify myself? That seems rather strange. Especially when you call yourself a public servant, which means I'm your master. Why are you acting like you're the master and I'm the servant? Give me your ID. That's why I like Travis Hines. Tell you what, let's swap. Let's swap IDs. Pull out your wallet and you show me your ID.
There, ain't that how you guys always say it? Right there?
No.
No, you did really good. I'm not putting that on you. You did really good. I asked you to identify. You did without his.
He's being too nice. No, you're not doing good. I'm not against you. I'm not against you standing tall, but this Officer Norton, can you get some Norton with that? Of course you can get some Norton with that. Officer Norton did not do good by walking up to you with a proverbial crowbar and trying to detach you from your natural right to be secure in your persons, houses, papers, and effects so that he can make a documented police record on you. We got to put you in the books. I gotta log you into the computer. I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing what I didn't make the laws. I'm just here to enforce them.
I'm not worried if you know who I am.
Right. Cool.
Is there anything I can help you with tonight?
No, man, you're being golden. I appreciate you.
Okay. All right. You have a good night. Stay well.
You too, man. Yeah, it's a little chilly out. You can tell I'm shaking a little.
Yep.
So that was 216315.
Okay, now listen to this.
It's funny how people can just call and a suspicious person because they have a camera, and automatically the cops can just get your ID or your address, everything about you because you're suspicious holding a camera. Like I said, I was convicted, and I was the prosecutor asked for me to go to jail for 2 days on the weekend.
Let's think about that. The prosecutor's a human being too. The cop violated the golden rule to do to others what you'd want done to you. He wouldn't want that done to himself. The cop who actually gave him the citation put the handcuffs on him, threw him in the back of the cop car, took him to the prison. I don't know if he was convicted. He's probably fingerprinted. So the cop is a human being who transgressed the golden rule to do to others what you'd want done to you. The prosecutor is a human being who thought it was okay. All the guy did was maintain the line of being secure with this person's houses, papers, and effects. That's why I'm so up in arms about this. It's like I couldn't not do this video. All the guy wanted to do is maintain his anonymity and retain his right to be secure in his person's houses, papers, and effects. And the law enforcement thug and the prosecutor thought it was a good idea to go ahead and take away this guy's freedom for 48 hours, having done nothing wrong when there's rapists, murderers, and pedos and thieves out there running roughshod over the city. But they got nothing better to do than to waste resources and manpower on somebody who just wants to maintain his Fourth Amendment right to be secure in his person. Pisses me off, man.
And they pay a $1,900 fine for the exact same thing that he just watched.
Guys, think about this. I don't know, maybe you're independently wealthy. $1,900 is a lot of money. $1,900 could be the last $1,900 this guy had. I don't know if it is. Maybe it is. to provide for his family, to provide for himself, to give himself shelter. This could be it could be $1,900 and you're out sleeping under that bridge. $1,900 and you can't pay that rent. $1,900 and you can't put food on the table. This is literally economic terrorism for somebody who just wanted to walk in his Fourth Amendment right. And then getting penalized by the bad law enforcer who swore that he would protect, defend, and uphold his rights. It's lunacy. It's maddening. And then people are out there going, why didn't you if you just gave him your ID, you could have escaped all that trouble. Trouble would not have come upon you if you just relinquished your birthright, is what they might as well say. Man, you start relinquishing your birthright, you start not exercising your rights, and you're guaranteed to have your rights, just like a muscle, atrophy. Go ahead, stop going to the gym. Go ahead, eat junk food. Go ahead, don't hydrate. Go ahead, don't take your vitamins. See what happens to your body. Bone density decreases. Muscle tissue diminishes. Strength fades away. You want to be strong? You got to exercise your mind. You got to exercise your body. You got to exercise your rights. If you don't use them, you will lose them. And when you lose your rights, you lose your life. If you don't have rights, if you don't have freedoms, you got nothing. Nothing. Economic terrorism is what happened to the innocent auditor. That's why I wrote under here, $1,900. Think about that. These road pirates literally economically terrorized you because you stood on your God-given right to remain anonymous. Put a GoFundMe in your description. I'll pitch in to help you out. This is infuriating. Why? Because none of us is greater than all of us. When injustice happens to one man anywhere, injustice happens to all men everywhere. Injustice happened to innocent auditor. Injustice happened to Bay Area Transparency the other day when the guy just came up, took his phone, threw it down, put him in a chokehold. When are we going to get pissed off enough to stand together and champion the cause of doing what is right? Instead of being conformists, being the moralist we know needs to happen so that we can change this world. A conformist does what he's told regardless of what is right. That's why it's so dangerous to be a law enforcer and a frickin' bootlicker. That's why I think it's so hilarious that Michael Picard goes over there and he goes, we deep throat the whole boot. It's a spoof on people who are just complacent, order-following conformists. Don't be that conformist who does what he's told, regardless of what is right. Look, the system calls you a good little boy, a good little girl. You're doing exactly what the authorities tell you. You're doing exactly what the 15,000-hour indoctrination program taught you to do. Good. We applaud you. We reward you. We call you a hero. But those who go against the grain and do what is right, regardless of what they're told, regardless the cost, regardless the consequences looming over their head. You're going to go to jail if you don't give me your ID, buddy. Oh, you think this is a game? Here's the deal. We're going to lay down the law as we trample your rights and economically terrorize you. Screw that, man. Screw it. I love what Jay Surreal Camera said. I was in Jay Surreal Camera's live stream right before I entered this live stream. And he said, look, I don't know what's going on between, Long Island audits. And he named some people. He's like, but man, we need to all get together. We need to all put our differences aside, stand together, because the Thin Blue Line cult is standing together. They're standing firm. They got each other's backs. Why don't we? Why is there in-house bickering in the auditing community? Okay, maybe people made mistakes. Maybe they made videos trying to trash other people. Let's put the water under the bridge. I love I got this feeling of empowerment when Jay Surreal Camera was talking about that. It's like, right on, man. Right on. That's where I'm at. Sometimes people talk to me about, man, did you hear what's it? It's like, well, did you talk to them? Why don't you just go ahead and talk to them? I love Jay Surreal Camera's suggestion. Why don't you go out and audit with that person that you got a problem with? Why don't you guys sit in a car together and drive that 20 or 30 miles it takes to get to your destination so that you can audit the cops, and then talk about your differences. Find out what's wrong and what's right. What should we be doing better? None of us is perfect. That's what I want for every single person in this community. But to be just doing the things that are right, having each other's back. Hey, you got a problem? I got your six. That's why I told Innocent Auditor, put up a GoFundMe page and let us help you with that $1,900. You should not be, you're not in this alone. You're actually making this video for us. This guy right here standing out there confronting these cops alone. You know, none of us is around there when he's, confronting this cop.
By the time I got,
it's a scary thing to stand toe to toe with a badged law enforcer who's secretly drunk on his own power, and he's just waiting for the hammer to fall. We need to get on board, M-Star Media. We need to get on board. That's why I love, man, like when Jay Surreal Camera said that, I had this feeling in my heart, you know, and I don't like to go by feelings. Don't ever be swayed by emotion. Always be directed by knowledge and logic and power. Okay. That's, but also we're human beings. And when Jay Surreal Camera said that, I was like, right on, brother. Right on, brother. If we got problems, we need to just figure this out. Let's take the time to get in that trench with each other and go, dude, I am no better than you. You're no better than me. I don't have a higher claim over your life and property than you. Because that's basically what we're saying. We're trying to throw each other under the bus. Screw that, man. That's what the cops are trying to do to us. They're trying to throw us under the bus. What we should be doing is directing our attention at them and trying to get their minds out of that uniform so they can think like human beings. Because they're not thinking like human beings when they trip over their own power. And then they get emboldened when they call for backup. Backup arrives. You see the look on their faces change. It's like, oh, now I got 2 or 3 buddies. Oh, I need to call for another unit. Yeah, we got a problem here. This guy's not giving us his ID. And I'm about to bust in this man's window, but I need some help. I need some backup. Yeah, screw that, man. I'll go to the chat room here in a second, but let me finish this video right here. I like what's Standing Tall 710 did here. I like how he interacted with this cop, and I like the fact that he stood firm on his Fourth Amendment right to stay secure in his person's house and papers and effects. Because the way I consider it, he did that for me. So when I pass by Utah, this cop already has a precedent set with somebody who he tried to get an ID from, and that guy didn't budge.
The failure to ID. This place is getting weird, Utah. So check out his channel. It's Standing Tall 710 on YouTube. He has some content up there. I know he's been putting in some work lately. He goes through StreamYards. Good guy. I think you enjoy his channel quite a bit. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.
All right, so that's it. I want to try to make this video short just so it's shareable. If what I said resonates with what you believe, with what you believe to be true, give this video a like. I don't even know how many likes are in here. There's 367, 368 people in here, 175 likes. If you feel like I was out of line, don't give me a like. I want to earn a like. If it's worth a like, if what I said was in accordance with truth, logic, morality, just doing what is right, the golden rule, give a like and then share this video with everybody you know. But as far as I'm concerned, one of the greatest rights that we have is the right to be anonymous. The right to travel along this life unmolested without some badged law enforcer trying to crowbar your right to be secure in your person's houses, papers, and effects out of your possession, out of your heart. It's really insidious and it really bothers me, and I couldn't not do this video because of it. So let me go to the chat room real quick. Marco Selvo says, just tell them that, wait a second. What are we talking about here? Thank you, M-Star Media. Oh, I saw M-Star Media, and hey, Frank Perez, thank you for joining as a member, man. That's super humbling. Thank you. M-Star Media, appreciate your kind words also, and dropping the link in Jay Surreal Camera's last live stream, which by the way, let's go to Jay Surreal Camera. Before I go any further, Innocent Auditor, here's the link to Innocent Auditor. Please give him some love. If you like his content, consider subscribing. And here is Standing Tall 710's link for the video that Innocent Auditor was commenting on. Yeah, I tend to agree with you, liberty or death. It's really sad that somebody would, yeah, he really tries hard, this guy in the chat room. He really tries hard to be, I don't know. I don't understand what's wrong with people sometimes. I don't know. It's beyond me. Hey, you're welcome, M-Star Media. Frank Press says, with all these auditors out there, what makes you so sure it's getting to the right people to make a difference? New York State Trooper Dimana, this man's ID and this man's refuse. Let's see. I don't understand what you're saying there, Lexington. Sorry, man. I slaughtered that. Pac-Man 28, thank you very much for becoming a member. Does anybody have anything to add to this video right here? Oh, what I was going to do was show you Jay Surreal cameras. Maybe he's still live. I mean live, not alive. Jay Surreal camera. He got his video. He's got his channel back today. Yeah, he's done streaming, but here's Jay Surreal camera. God, I love this guy's heart, man. I love what this guy said. I wish I could find the minute mark where he was.
No, because and then I gotta sit in jail for 2.
Let's see if I can find it.
We're more than friends, bro. To be honest with you, and he Florida for jaywalking and go to jail, right?
Dang, I wish I. Anyway, here's Jay Surreal cameras. This guy's got a golden heart, man. Yeah, he's not live right now, but there's his YouTube channel right there. If you're not subscribed to Jay Surreal camera, subscribe to it and check him out. Let's get each other's backs on this. Lone Wolf says, I pledge eternal hostilities upon the altar of God towards anyone who would enslave the minds of men. Thomas Jefferson. That's a great quote, man. I've got friends and family in law enforcement that says, hey, what's up, Michael DeSilvio? Sorry, I always slaughter your name. Sorry, man. Michael DeSilvio says, I've got friends and family in law enforcement. They're great people. Well, are they great people when they're violating the rights of other people? You know, I've met people who are cops that act great, but what happens when they're on what happens when they give that $150 citation to that single mother who can't feed the family? And you know, they can exercise discretion. They do it with their kind all the time. Their fellow officers, oh yeah, sure, go ahead and run through that red light. Go ahead and do 75 and a 45, no problem. But as soon as you go 6 miles an hour of the speed limit, kablowie, you're gone. No, please don't censor that guy, Burke. I don't want to see the thing with. I love freedom of speech. That's why, as much as I'm against CRT, critical race theory, as much as I'm against Satanism, I'm not into book burning. Because those who, historically speaking, those who burn books today will be burning bodies tomorrow. We have a better argument than CRT. Let both arguments come to the public square of open debate, and let people decide for themselves. See, to enact censorship, you might not agree with what that one guy in this in the chat room is saying, and he might be being a pain in the butt, which he has a tendency, a propensity to do, or is that proclivity? He has a proclivity to do. Go ahead. Everybody sees him for what he is. And I don't want to stifle anybody. Since I've been on the internet, I have never once deleted one comment. I've never once told somebody, put somebody on a blacklist or whatever. And there's been some bad stuff, man. There's been some bad stuff in the comment section. I hate censorship for me and I hate it for everybody else. So I just can't do it. As much as I might disagree with what somebody says, as vehemently as I am against it, let him say it. Let the world judge. I have a clean conscience, and the most expensive, valuable pillow you will ever own in your entire life will be a clear conscience. When you lay your head on the pillow at night, don't you want to just know, I just did what was right by my fellow man? They may have been mean. They may have been nasty. They may have hurled insults at me, but sticks and stones will break my bones. Names are never going to hurt me. Now you start trying to step into my house, hurt my loved ones. Okay, we're dealing with a different animal there. But words, whatever. Say what you want. Guy who wants the spotlight in the chat room. So mods, please. I appreciate you guys being here, but yeah, don't censor anybody on my account. Yeah, I'm against CRT. It's you know what? You know what it is? It's racism. Pretending it's not racism. That's what it is. Oh, where did I get this shirt right here? I designed this. And I can't sell it anymore because when I was on Teespring before they kicked me off, I sold it and they got rid of it, and then Spreadshirt took it down. But that's an original design right there. People have copycatted it, but that's an original design. But I can't sell it anymore. If you want another shirt, there's tons of them in the store, but I just can't. They won't let me sell this one anymore. Back Schmill says, on-duty cops will let many friends and family members go free after initial stop for some BS violation. Or, I've seen cops, guys, you've seen the videos. I cannot remember if you guys remember where this was from, but I remember a cop was passed out in the center lane of a major roadway. The cops with their body cams and dash cameras running didn't do anything to the guy. He's passed out drunk. He eventually got fired, but it wasn't for that. Yeah, they cut themselves so much slack, man. And I'm pretty convinced if there were no body cams rolling and all the cops swooped in on the scene with Amber Geiger, which she did with Botham John, they would have let her go too. All she got was 10 years. She's up for parole next year, guys. First of next year, Amber Geiger, who shot Botham John in his own house, claiming, I thought it was my apartment. She's going to be off. She can be off next year, just in a couple months. By the way, this year is almost over. Filthy Short Game says, Brian, your diehard and fervent support of the Republican Party has not gone unnoticed. We thank you for your fervent loyalty for the Republicans. I don't support Republicans, Filthy. Thanks for the super chat, but that's hilarious. My diehard and fervent support of the Republican Party. Guys, it's two wings of this. There is no Republican or Democrat. It's two wings of the same bird of prey, and that bird of prey is constantly circling, trying to engage every one of us in politics, which is the clever and deceptive art of using euphemisms, lies, emotionalism, and fear-mongering in order to dupe average people into accepting and even demanding the chains of their own enslavement. Republican are beholden to the bankers and the corporate elitists. Democrats are beholden to the banksters and the corporate elitists. There's no difference between Republican and Democrat. They're both for the IRS. They're both for the Federal Reserve. They're for gun control legislation. Not so much on the Republican side as the Democrat side, but they still want some common sense gun safety regulations. Oh, really? That's like the background check. Do you guys know why we have the NICS instant background check system? I should pull the video up, but I don't want to belabor the point here. Wayne LaPierre, president of the NRA, takes credit for the NICS federal background check system. What is it? Might as well call it what it is. It's an infringement check system. It's antithetical to the Second Amendment. So, Filthy Short Game, I'm neither Republican nor Democrat because that's bondage. That's slavery. And I condemn all forms of it. Matter of fact, I may be more against Republicans than I am Democrat, because just like I'm more against Fox than I am CNN, because at least CNN, you can tell it's the counterfeit news network. You can tell it's the communist news network. Fox News it's got but more truth than it does lies. But when you mix lies with truth, you end up with lies. So Fox News is more deceptive to me. Republican Party is more deceptive to me, and more deceptive just equals more dangerous. It's like when a nice cop comes up to me, it's like, dude, I'd rather you just be a jerk coming up front. That way I know what I'm dealing with. That's why you should always have your guard up with a guy who's coming up and, being real. Oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, that's a real nice car. Hey, I like that. Hey, whereabouts do you live? Mind giving me your ID? I just got to make a report. I'm just doing my job. I didn't make the laws. No, Norton. Republicans and Democrats are two sides of the same coin, says Stop an ID. Exactly. Hey, what's up, Spokane, Washington? Accountability and transparency. Officer Carl Thompson beat, tased, and suffocated a mentally disabled man in Spokane, Washington. He only got 5 years. Yeah, exactly. Here, let's give some shout outs here. Credit to whom credit is due. Spokane, right? I always say Spokane because Kane seems like the E on the end would make the A a long, but I know it's Spokane, right? Washington accountability. There you go. Spokane, Washington accountability. Look at some of this guy's videos. I'm subscribed. Hit the bell notification icon. Let me give a link here. Let's stand up for each other. Yeah, I can't debate fools. Somebody said somebody wants to debate me. I can't. He'll beat me with experience, man. He'll drag me down to his level and beat me with experience. I've already spent many minutes with Mr. You know who. Vanguard and BlackRock owns it all. Pretty much, Trot Golfer. Pretty much. What's up, Trot? All right, let's see. Thank you, M-Star, for dropping that. I appreciate that. No, thank you, Spokane. Am I saying it right? Is it Spokane or Spokane? I can never get that right. What is it, babe? Spokane. Yeah, God. I can't get Spokane right. I can't get Nevada. Is it Nevada? Nevada. No, it's Nevada. Okay. God, gosh, I don't know. Where's my brain? Where is my mind? Pete Lewis says, Brian, social distance yourself from idiots. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to, I shouldn't have said the fool thing. Dude who's giving me a hard time, who thinks, that's another thing. Why would anybody be incentivized to debate somebody who thinks you're a shill? You already think I'm a shill. What do we have to debate? You've already launched the ad hominem, which you haven't been able to prove. Shill basically means the essence of shill has to carry with it two main functions. Deception, I'm deceiving somebody, so where's my deceptive message? And working for somebody, pretending not to work for somebody. A true shill has to have those two elements. And if you call somebody a shill, you better dang well have the evidence, or you're just a freaking liar. Let's see. Jeff Benjamin says, you're the man. No. Guys, I seriously believe and know. I know it's not even, knowledge is the enemy of belief. Often, okay? Not necessarily every time. I tend to be black and white sometimes, to my detriment, because if you start ignoring nuance, you get yourself into some serious weeds that it's hard to get out of. But when I say none of us is greater than all of us, I mean that. I know none of us is greater than all of us. If I'm in error, I expect you to kick my proverbial ASS and get me back on track. And if you're in error, I expect all of us to get together and get you back on track. None of us are going to stay on track 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's the beautiful part of being a human. It's completely unpredictable. You just got to have a good heart, So let's be nice to the guy who's calling me a shill. I don't want to retaliate. Brian, can you do a live show on Odyssey about our earlier conversation today? I believe it's a very important topic. Are you talking about the Cinco Hey? If you're talking about the Cinco Hey, then that would be, yeah. Are you talking about Cinco Hey, back Schmill? AZ says, Brian, Mr. Z, for whatever reason, is launching ad hominem attacks against you. That's pretty much par for the course for him. Plus, you have waked up more people. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think that the Z guy has a lot to offer. And man, I really wanted to talk to him that day. But in the first 120 seconds, he jumped on me for selling shirts. And then I found out later he sells shirts too. He's condemning me for doing the very thing that he's doing. And my selling shirts, in his mind, puts the shill moniker on me when he's doing the same thing. It's just, I don't even understand people. Do people feel good by telling people? Yeah, okay, back Shmuel. Does it make people feel good to try to drag somebody's name through the mud? Or what am I missing there? Let me ask you guys, put a 1 in the room if you feel good when you bring somebody down. Doesn't it feel better to try to lift somebody up? Even, what feels even better? To lift somebody up when you know in your mind that they don't really deserve it. Like, I love that guy in the comment. I mean that. This guy in the comment section, I'm not going to mention his name because, people really want the notoriety for some reason. And this is such a small channel. He's followed me to my channel. That's how much he cares about why does he even care what I think? Why would if I thought somebody was a shill, I wouldn't care what they thought to the point where I follow him from a big channel to an insignificant channel, which I'm not saying even my big channel is significant, but it's like, what the heck? Crypto King. What's up, man? Crypto King Boom.
Baby, there's a fine line between
There is. There's a fine line between pleasure and pain too, huh? Remember that song? There's a fine line between pleasure and pain.
No.
You don't remember that? You don't remember that? Does anybody remember that song? There's a fine line between pleasure and pain. It's like early 80s, I think. Who sang that?
Brian Young.
No, Brian did not sing that. Who sang There's a Fine Line Between? We're just having a good time at this point. Let's see. Who sang or sung? There's a fine line between... There's a fine line between pleasure and pain. Who sang it? I mean, come on, guys. Who did it? Divinals. Divinals sang it. You guys remember that song? I can't play it because it's going to be copyrighted. But you guys remember that? You should listen to it. It's actually a pretty good song. It's a good... Huh?
Sounds kinky.
Sounds kinky? I don't remember what it's about, but it is a good song. Don't sing. Just kid. Just Susie Kiltegard says, "Don't sing. For God's sake, spare our eardrums." Trish needs to get in on some of your skits, man. I agree. Politically atheist. I've been trying to do it. She's so disobedient.
I won't stop laughing.
Hey, what's up, Nikan Conqueror 7. Angel, Susie, Divinals, great group. What else did they sing? Spokane. Don Seymour's here. Mouse Lord. Serena English. Gears Custom Services. CC Roller. Tough Bets. AZ says Bimmer, Benz, and Bentley. Fast depreciation and our endless money pits. Tasman says, I love to bring them down if they deserve it. Whatever you can live with. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I was starting to feel revolutionary, says Stop an ID. ID is a drug. ID is a drug. Nobody has to violate their Fifth Amendment to assist in any portion of your jobs, Earnest Patriot says. Can you get some smooch?
Can you get some smooch with that, says Gideon. Can you get a little schmooch with that?
Rest the NWO. Thanks everyone for being here and supporting. Please, if you believe in our freedoms. Thanks, M-Star Media. Freedom Operator says they sang I Touch Myself. That's the one. Remember, babe? I Touch Myself. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Divinals. They also sang Pleasure and Pain. I wish I could play it. If we were on D Live, I'd be able to play it. Conspiracy Band says my husband loves you now too. Stomp out the tyrant. Stubborn Spirit Lone Wolf says, stomp out the tyrant variant. Guys, thanks for those super chats. And thanks, Frank Perez, for being a member, for Pac-Man 28 for coming on as a member tonight. Filthy Short Game, even though I agree with you, Filthy Short Game, what made you say, Brian, you're a diehard fervent support? Brian, your diehard and fervent support of the Republican Party has not gone unnoticed. What made you say that, Shorty? Filthy Short Game. Tasman, thank you for becoming a member tonight. And Jeff Benjamin, thank you for the super chat. Stop an ID says sing for us. Why? So we can lose 150 viewers right off the bat. Man, I really wish the guy that we were talking about earlier that was in the chat kind of giving, calling me a shill. I really wish he would. I wish he would, I don't know, reconsider. I don't know. It's disheartening. It's one of those things in life that weighs your heart down, It's always there. You may forget about it for a time, but then it comes back. Hey, Brian, you can't say Z's name? I'm not going to say his name. No. He likes me. He likes it when he likes it when I talk about him. And man, why does he have to be that kind of person? I don't understand it. 328 people in here and 272 likes. Let's see if we can get up to 300 likes. 53 minutes. Let's go ahead and end this. Anybody got anything, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, can you get some closing thoughts with that? Of course we can get some closing thoughts.
It's 9:30 right now. In about 30 minutes, me and Trish are going to head off to the gym. Try to bust out some sets. Thanks, Brian and Trish. Looking forward to a duet. You want to sing with me, babe? She's laughing. Anyone? You just heard the word sex? No, I said you want to sing with me.
Oh.
No, we're not doing that on video. Divinals, the boys in town. I don't know that one. 333 likes. Oh my God. Yeah, let's get up to 333. That way I can get criticized again. Brian, thank you for your service. I've been following you for a while, says Dave Matthews. Is that the Dave Matthews Band? And we have a lot in common about civil rights. We need more like you, willing to put yourself out there for the rest of us that don't. Thank you, Dave Matthews. I appreciate that. Safety Man says Oklahoma House Bill 1643. Let's see. Is it a House bill? 1643. Bill information for a House bill regular season. Legal scan. Oklahoma legislature. Amendments. I don't like that. Let's see. Bill summary. Fiscal impact. I don't know. I'd have to do some homework on it. Legiscan. All right, what's it called here? An act relating to personal identification information, making certain acts unlawful, providing penalties, defining terms, which relates to the records of the county assessor, authorizing elected county officials and peace officers to request the confidentiality of personal information. Wow, I'm in Oklahoma and I didn't know about that. Defining terms, providing for codification, and providing an effective date. Hey, thanks, Safety Man. It's Safety Man. It's Safety Man. Let's go. Brandon says, here's the deal. Outstanding name for your channel. Thumbs up.
Here's the deal. I'm a law enforcer and you're not.
Yeah, that's a bad thing right there. Spokane, absolutely, brother. Got your back, says Trix. Did you hear about the FDA, the EFA and the DIA and the A release about you know what in 55? Yeah, I did a video. I did a live stream on that. I don't know if it went up on my main. Oh, who's going to be the 300th liker? We have 299 in the room right now. Des Sherwood, what's up, man? I talked to him today and I guess he's out until Monday, but I'm working on my logo. Des Sherwood actually put together an intro song for me, and I really appreciate that. It's really good. I think you'll like it. I don't think I've talked about Des Sherwood on YouTube yet. I've promoted him on DLive. Check out Des Sherwood. This guy's like he rivals Joe Satriani. No kidding. Let's see. Am I going to be able to find... I really want to introduce you to Des Sherwood here. Most popular. I don't know. Give me a link, Des Sherwood. I'm not sure which one is just your music. Give me a link, Des Sherwood. Let's see. Where are you? Yeah, you can drop a link. You're a mod. I don't want to give a second first warning. Oh, 314 likes. Thanks for getting over 300, guys. Darn, it's 58 minutes. I wanted to get it under an hour. Nobody watches my videos unless they're short. It's like, I don't want to listen to this guy for an hour. What? Yeah, if Des Sherwood can drop me that link real quick, because I want to get going here. I got to get ready to go to the gym. Oklahoma Health and Parental Rights. I don't want to give... Oh, here we go. Oh, thank you. Thank you, M-Star. Oh, you know what, though? Shoot, I don't think I'm going to be able to click on... For some reason, when I click on... Look at this. Look what happens. Oh, it did. It worked. Yeah, but that's his... I needed an exact link. Oh, there we go. Is that going to work? It says, oops, something went wrong. How did that happen? Where is that? For some reason, that didn't work. Here's Des Sherwood. Des Sherwood, do I have permission to play this on my channel? I'm just going to play a snippet of it. This is Des Sherwood. Des Sherwood's in the room right now, and he's got a new album, and he's not paying me to say this. Give me a... It's just great music. Give me a workout one, Des Sherwood. Give me a hard rockin' workout one. Love you, brother. Thanks, says Trix, for all the hard work and dedication. Thank you, Trix. Philosophical Crypto Hacker says, how often do you audit looters and rioters? Are you talking to somebody else? Yeah, Des, this is a good song, but I want to give me one of the rock and roll ones. I'm dying to let you know what he got from my intro. Let's see. Yeah, that's his. Hang on, guys. You're gonna be glad you hung on. How often do you? Oh, hey, what's up, WCMW? Thanks, Des. Here we go. This is one of Des Sherwood's right here. Bob the Builder. His music crescendos. It's got awesome bass, awesome drums, incredible guitar. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. And this guy just is a good guy. He's one of us. He's one of us. Sub to him too. Look at this. How many subscribers? He has 1.29 thousand subscribers. There's 266 people watching. What if 200 of us just went over there and subscribed and listened to a couple of his songs right there? Maybe we can get him to, maybe enough of us can subscribe to his channel to where we'll incentivize him to make another video tomorrow. Des Sherwood, tomorrow. And then, just kind of give us a shout out and maybe play some songs on that video. That'd be awesome. Yeah, it's so good, man. It's not even deadlift day, and I want to deadlift right now. All right, guys, that's over an hour. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. Real quick, a shout out. Let me give you some shout outs again for everybody who joined as members and the very kind super chats. Frank Perez joined as a member tonight. Pac-Man28 joined as a member. If you want to join as a member, it helps out tremendously. Filthy Short Game dropped a $4.99 super chat. Tasman became a new member. And Jeff Benjamin dropped a super chat. Thank you very much. News Now just said he subbed. How many of you guys are going to sub to Des Sherwood? How many of you guys like that? Put a 1 in the room if you like it. I'm putting a 1. There's my 1. I love it. Matter of fact, 111. That's good stuff, man. Let's Go Brandon says, hey, Brian, you should do a Freedom of Information Act request on the FBI for files on you. Hey, I didn't know you could do that. Huh. Oh, yeah? No problem, Des. Thank you, man. Appreciate your talent. Sharing it with the world. You deserve a worker is worthy of his hire, guys. When somebody gets out there and gets in the field, or he's a machinist, or he's a mechanic, or whatever, producing something, some good or service that benefits society, they deserve. And his album's only like $9.99 or something for how many songs? 10, 11, 12 songs? I don't even know. Just good stuff. Yeah, look at that. Everybody loves it. Des Sherwood. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you for joining. Please, if you like this video, give it a like, share it with everybody you know, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream. I should have some videos coming up tomorrow or the day after on this channel, so just stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe.